Welcome to the Balkans, a land of rock peaks, ancient roads, and stories carved into every turn, from mysterious castles to vibrant cities and unforgettable flavors. Once again, my brother and I set out for a month-long ride through it all. Welcome to Le Grand Tour. What do we say about that, huh?
Quite nice.
Quite nice. Alright, but before we dive in, here's the game plan. We're kicking things off in s.r.o, the city where my grandma was born and raised, right in the Czech Republic. From there, we dip into Poland for a quick hello, and then head south into Slovakia to cross through the eastern edge of Hungary. Next up, a country we've never been before, Romania. It's home to the largest populations of brown bears in Europe, and since we'll be camping most of the nights, we're just hoping not to get an unexpected visitor in the middle of the night. After Sibiu, we're climbing into the mountains to take on the legendary Transfagaracan. Then the heat kicks in, with temperatures close to 40 degrees trying to slow us down on our way to the fun and chaotic city of Belgrade. Once that's conquered, we hit the highlight of our tour, Montenegro. Jaw-dropping landscapes, brutal climbs, and yeah, we're here for the suffering. And finally, the race to Sarajevo begins, just in time to end the trip with some of that infamous Bosnian coffee we love so much. We have about 4 weeks' time, about 2,000 kilometers to conquer, but that's enough talk. Let's jump in.
Okay, we're going out of s.r.o now. We packed our stuff. We chilled there for like a day and two, and we got friends with us now. Ew. Let's start the tour.
So as we started off this bikepacking trip, and as any bikepacking trip is always starting filled with excitement and the thrill of the adventure ahead, especially when you have friends with you. But it also takes some time to readjust to the rhythm of riding every day and sleeping outside non-stop, of course.
Fixed brakeless, one strap.
So Wojtek and Dani, and of course their friends, showed us the absolute best hospitality. On the way out, they made sure that we get the brewskis in, and they even showed us the local community projects.
So basically, it's day 2. We have 40 kilometers left for the spot for us to sleep tonight, which will be in Slovakia. And yeah, now we're doing some climbing and they get some dinner. Ooh, I'm starving.
He was always showing me like, God damn. We are somewhere in public and he was always like,
Sooner or later, we parted ways with the boys, and after one last goodbye, we moved onward with our journey through the Balkans. For the next few days, we got caught up in a low rain front. This didn't slow us down, as we could already see Slovakia showing its first peaks on the horizon, and the closer we got, the weather started to get better by the hour. But now we were even more hungry to cross another border and visit the beautiful land of Slovakia soon. But little did we know that the first big challenge will soon welcome us in Slovakia, a challenge that will question if one of us won't be able to finish this year's tour.
Alright guys, so there is a couple of amazing things while riding bike. First of all, you get to experience all the good food. Second of all, you can ride wherever you want. You can like go wherever you want. Your bike will always carry you. And the third thing, of course, is you're in beautiful nature places. Like I'm in Slovakia right now, in the Slovakian countryside, chilling at the lake, amazing. Like, it's absolutely beautiful water, nice fish, you know. Talked to a couple of those already. And the thing about the bike trips is always you have to be prepared for everything. You have to like get all your gear, all the tools needed whenever your bike breaks down, and you know, be just overall prepared for everything happening. Unless you're with Tim. Like, Tim is a very bad mechanic. Like, he might not be the best, he's definitely not the worst, but let me just show you real quick. So this right here is my beloved beauty. There might be a little problem right here. This right here, I'm not sure if you can see properly, like down here in the hole, it seems like there's a little crack, and it probably is. So that's what bikepacking all about. The thing is, I need to like find a good bike mechanic now, or like a car mechanic, whatever, to weld that, or like to put at least like 2 small holes on each side so the scratch doesn't get any wider. But yeah, that's bikepacking. I'm confident I'll finish the trip, but I guess we find out more soon.
You are brave to drill in your frame.
It's not mine.
It's mine. Shit.
I mean,
So a broken bike on a bikepacking trip for a month is the worst thing that can happen. And as the guy from the bike shop has warned me earlier, drilling into the frame was a bold move and definitely did not guarantee the bike would survive for the whole tour. But somehow I was unbelievably lucky to stumble across a bike shop in the middle of Slovakian countryside, and I couldn't let this setback ruin the trip. But then everything took a wild turn again.
Like, we try to put some holes in it so the crack doesn't get any larger and wider, and because it's an aluminum frame, it's hard to like weld. And actually there's a lot of bike mechanics, or like overall car mechanics, they can like easily weld some steel but not some aluminum. So like, always remember, use steel frames for bike packing. And but we'll make it. I mean, somewhere I think we'll go to the supermarket, to the there's like a construction market there just over here, and we'd like get something to like wrap it up or like close it down somehow. And yeah, the adventure begins, I guess.
While I was still performing surgery on my bike, the owner of the bike shop was already one step ahead. He told me to load up my bike into his van, and the next thing I know, we pull into someone's backyard and roll up my bike into this random shed. But this wasn't any shit. Turns out that guy runs a full-on workshop and builds actual elevators for a living, so a professional welder. He looked at the damage, gave us a nod, and simply told us that he will take care of the rest. So all we could do was wait. We walked to the lake, tried to chill, and after a few hours of holding our breaths, the phone rang.
Okay, I'm picking up the bike as we speak. I got my little tomatoes here. Let's hope we got a best ride, like a new ride. No joke, I'm the luckiest mother lover alive. Holy shit. There was one day, a couple of hours, this man welded it, put a plate on top, like put spray on top as well, like the coating, so it's like, you know, clean from the water and everything. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. This man is the best. I got a bike now. Shit is working out. Let's go.
After getting invited for dinner, we hopped back on the bikes the same night and managed to cross the border into Hungary. We'd lost a day on our month-long journey, but that just meant it was time to push. I still couldn't believe how lucky I was. The whole thing could have ended right here, but instead I had a working bike, a full belly, and a second chance. So the next couple of days, we went through Hungary, straight on through, fueled by joy, excitement, and with a new bike day kind of feeling, we were off. The bikepacking gods had our back, And absolutely nothing could have stopped us now. Gotta love bikepacking. We got humbled real quick. The first night back, we barely slept. Spent the whole night getting barked at by dogs from every direction. But hey, after 10 minutes, we figured if they were actually hungry for a midnight snack, they might as well would have dragged us out of our sleeping bags by now.
Romania, Romanski. And now we're gonna fight over bears and Dracula. Fucking vampires. Ooh.
Ja, stinkt ein bisschen, ne? Das stimmt. Oder wir stinken, während das runterläuft.
So, the day before yesterday, we started off to ride to Hungary, across the border, and now we're in Romania. And we're trying to make our way to the Carpathian Mountains and the Carpathian, and it is very hot. We're currently like riding towards it in Romania. There's a lot of fields, a lot of long, it's just straight roads, and a little bit of climbing as well. But we talked to a guy, to a hunter yesterday, and we were thinking about, like, we were asking about the bears up in the mountains and what's to come, what to expect, and how to behave up there. And it will get exciting. We'll see what happens with the bears, but for right now we'll fight the sun. It's like 11 in the morning, something like that. We're out here sweating somewhere in Romania. There's only one good thing about the heat. Stay hydrated, kids. Mein Sonnenlicht, ich suche dich und vermisse dich. And so we're now cycling down from the Romanian mountains, and the weather's very nice. It's very hot, but still great up here. And we're about to drop a lot of meters of altitude in just a little amount, and it's gonna be gravel, so I'm gonna be excited about this one. Let me see if I can put the map up. Oh, it's looking rough. Look at this. You might see the card here. It is looking like a snaky, and this is where we are. That's exactly why we ride our bikes. Hell yes. Whee! It was like, climb down here. There's one thing I love more about these descents, which is descents and cold ones for the boys after. Ooh.
Also ich fühle mich nicht schmutzig genug, dass das mich sauberer machen würde, glaube ich. Weil das, ich weiß nicht, ob es das Wasser ist, aber es sieht schon aus, als ob auch so ein Föhn umdraschen, oder?
But I have to be honest here, the first couple of days in Romania were pretty tough. It was already set out to be a very hot summer, and we regularly got heat warnings on our phones as well. We did try to ride a lot through the night and chill during the day, but there were scarce water sources, no shadows, and just open and endless fields and roads. But not only did we suffer, riding along this countryside, we've seen the heat wave and what the heat wave has done to the land and the people of Romania and the Balkans. And like I already mentioned, we were out there in 2019 bikepacking the Balkans the first time, and even in a period of 4 years, we do see the changes and how critically, drastically the climate affects this area as well. By the time we got back home to Germany, we've read that there was a big flooding going on in the whole of Balkans. The cities got flooded, the houses got damaged. To be honest, it's very scary to see those extreme weather changes within such a short amount of time. And because I love exploring the world by bike so much, and I will definitely do this until the day I cannot put my leg over a bike anymore. So we do have to protect it, we do have to be aware about these conditions, and we do have to make these changes. But there's still hope. So let's go back to the tour as we've just arrived in the first mountain sections after a couple of days of just suffering. So let's hit it.
Ach, Digga!
Waren es 8? Ich habe nicht mitgezählt.
Ich habe mitgezählt.
Geil.
The days went by, and with one last hold up on the road, we managed to get to the beautiful city of Sibiu. So we rode our bikes to the highest point of the city, sat down, took a look at the city, and what was more important, we looked beyond the city, and there on the horizon it was. Right there in the distance, we could have seen them, the mountains. And with those peaks in sight, we knew what was gonna happen next. One of our long-awaited highlands will soon appear in front of us. And not only will the next adventure be waiting for us, there will be some wild inhabitants waiting for us as well.
It is first light on a Monday, some day in August, I don't even remember. And we're about to hit these mountains. We're about to pass the Transfagarachan. Let's go. So this climb is about 2,000 meters high and a little bit more than 2,000. And what I'm most excited about is seeing all the bears. There's actually tons of bears up there. They're kind of domesticated because people like feed them and I don't know, get close to them. Never do that, but we'll see how that goes. I'm fucking stoked. The goat, the mountain goat, Julian. So this is the Trans-Fagarachan. It was built 1970s as a strategic military route connecting Transylvania and Walachai, and it is currently the second highest paved road. The traffic is getting dense, but it is freaking amazing. Tim der Erklärbär. Ew. Made it to the top. Ew. The hella broke loose. Let's get out of here. Komm mit dir. Ah! Thanks. On the left, on the left. Thanks. There's a mother bear, there's 2 cubs. Holy shit. Hoppa!
It's not easy, a lot of weight.
I like Romania. You have to practice and practice. Whoa!
You need to do that too.
Hello guys, my trying win.
Hey, hoppa!
Do you know what we can do?
After enjoying that wild mountain adventure and getting into a few shenanigans with some new small friends, we decided to switch things up and ride through the night. The heat in the low regions of Romania was back in full force, so cooler night rides were a welcome change, even though they were dusty. But during that time, I started learning more about the Transfăgărășan. As I mentioned earlier, it was originally built in the 1970s as a military route, but today it is open to tourism. Back in the day, the bears living in these mountains were caught and kept in cages as a roadside attraction. Thankfully, that's no longer the case. But here's the problem. Tourists are still allowed to feed those wild bears. These bears just sit by the roadside and wait. They've learned to expect food from passing cars, and when they don't get it, then become aggressive. If that leads to trouble with a tourist, the bear often ends up being shot. And all of this because humans treat this place like a petting zoo. As cyclists, we kept our distance and respected their home by not feeding them. For me, bikepacking is not just about the ride. It's about understanding the environment I'm moving through. The last thing I want to do is disturb wildlife. And if I make a mistake and something happens, that's on me for not being aware. So wherever you are, stay aware of your surroundings, respect the wildlife, let this beautiful world thrive. It's our job to protect it. Listen to the local guidelines, give animals their space. It's for your safety and of course theirs. Eventually, we started getting used to the heat, at least a little. We were tired of just hiding in the shade all day, so we made a call to ride during the daylight again. But yeah, it was tough. Our water bottles were boiling hot, there wasn't a lake or a stream inside, and the road just stretched on. And to make it worse, the road was still under construction. At this point, it was basically just a long, loose layer of sand. We were left with one option, and that's always our last resort in bikepacking: just keep pushing. We grabbed whatever water we could find and kept moving, because we knew something was waiting for us near the Serbian border. An old friend, a powerful and beautiful one. I'm talking about the Danube, of course. Back in 2019, we spent weeks riding along this river, swarmed by flies, and once even hearing wolves at night. This time, we'd only spent a few days here, but the feeling was the same. The Danube was calling, and we weren't going to miss it. And soon, the city of Belgrade would appear once more, chaotic, vibrant, alive. We were more than ready to settle down for a day, take it all in, and finally get a proper cold shower in.
Serbia.
Due to some issues we had, we ended up staying in Belgrade longer than we anticipated. But more on this later. After all, we had just crossed our 6th border into our 7th country. The excitement hit us hard. Being in Montenegro had been our main goal from the very beginning, and now we're finally here. We couldn't wait to reach the high mountains, and right after the border, our blood was pumping, eyes locked on the horizon, and hearts full of adrenaline. But then, it happened.
Oh nein, Digga, oh nein!